This is a Squier Classic Vibe, and it was generously donated to the channel for review purposes and to compare to other models of Telecasters as we get them in and out of the channel. So far, I haven't done a review of it yet, but it came great out of the box. It's a workhorse. It's something that's very affordable. It's, you know, not the super cheap, but it's not the super expensive either. What you get is pretty phenomenal. There is, I think, a little bit of a high fret over here on the dusty end for myself, but you really kind of should expect some sort of work. If it comes from a cardboard box, you really should expect to be doing some work on it. And that's for all ranges of guitars, from, you know, the really cheap to the really expensive. But some people have some unreasonable expectations. That's a topic for a different video. It's a lot easier to get clicks and views on a video saying that Fender is trash because it needs a fret leveling and all this stuff like that, when it only needs a couple of frets touched up. That there's some outliers, which we'll get to in a little bit, of some trash. But there is trash on both sides of the affordable and the boutique side. You shouldn't be afraid to do work on your guitars these days. Just Google that There's so many different videos on how to take measurements and how to file down things and change this and change that. Start feeling fret ends, start rocking them, change your pickup height, all those things. All these things matter, and when you start actually analyzing them a little bit more, you'll find things that really matter. Because I actually get a comment sometimes on my videos that a lot of those measurements don't matter to the person, they just want to know this or that. But to be truthful, all measurements really do matter when it comes down to the playability of a guitar. You just might not know it, and maybe you should start diving into that to see whether you're accepting something, or if you just don't know that something is actually there that's actually a problem. And I know you're saying that like this is about hand-built Luthier guitars or custom shop guitars, and we'll get to that, but I have a West Creek here that I've had others on the channel that have been phenomenally set up right out of the box, and then I've had one like this that really is like a cheese grater right here. There is so much fret sprout over here. If Fender had sent this guitar, it would be total videos saying like Fender's doomed, they're sending out trash because of the fact that it needs a little bit of work. This needs a little bit of work. The last West Creek I got didn't need some work. The West Creek you might get might not need any work. But again, like I said, if it comes out of a cardboard box, you really should expect to do that. And that's why that you really should get into the whole thing of checking out. Going back to where I previously said that, yeah, sometimes there are outliers where you do get junk. Let's say Fender, we'll use them as an example because they're the one is always the most one that gets hate. If they send out 100,000 guitars and 100 of them are trash, let's say they're trash, they're knocked around, frets are loose, everything like that, and then affordable brand X does a run of 500 guitars, and they get 5 that are completely trash. Now you're actually comparing 0.1% to 1%, which is still very minor, but see what I'm trying to say here is that the more you produce, the more likely there's gonna be something that's gonna have a problem. It's just inevitable. Going back to talking about the measurements before, checking your nut slot depth, it may not matter to you in the initial beginning, but you may see like more videos like, hey, this is pretty high. Let me experiment with filing down my nut. And I remember back 20 years ago, like on YouTube, it felt like that it was just such a stigma of trying to just adjust your truss rod. Like you should have to take that to a luthier. And I feel like that's kind of like now with nut files and filing down your nut. Like if you're gonna take too much off your nut, you're gonna destroy your guitar and it's gonna be crap. You can just buy a replacement anywhere. They sell them Sweetwater, your local mom and pop store probably has them. So don't be afraid to undertake it. I just highly suggest that you Google a whole bunch of YouTube videos before you really endeavor in it. But you'll actually start to feel the difference of a properly set up guitar to something that is really crap. You may not even notice that you're pressing that down much harder up at the top because the nut's that much higher compared to how it should be set up, or it may never bother you, but at least you know.
And knowing is half the battle.
And now I know what you're thinking. Now we're starting to get somewhere. Here is an American Professional 2 that I haven't pulled the sticker off yet, but might as well do that now because we're keeping this thing. So this thing sounds great, it feels great. It just looks great too on top of it. Really, really love this guitar. And again, this was donated to the channel too, which is absolutely mind-blowing. And what this will set you back compared to the Squier Classic Vibe, it might be enough that your spouse kicks you out of the house, but at least you get a good quality case with this one. But with that $1,400 jump, you're starting to get a better selection of wood. You're getting quality components out of it, and just probably even more hands touching this thing. And I know what you're saying too is that Fender makes so many cases that they probably cost 50 bucks to make, and they should just throw it in for free. But if you think about how much the case, a good quality case, actually costs you, subtract that from the price, it's really not all that much. And really that whole thing of like, I should get it for free is really just kind of like, I don't know.
Yeah, well, how much? I'll knock off $2 because I can see you're a man who knows his trees.
It's just like we always expect something like throw this in, like almost like a car dealership, like throw this in for free.
Darn thing looks like it was made out of green pipe cleaners.
This is a very nice tree.
Yeah. I'll throw in some rope and tie it to your car for you. You got a deal.
I think for what you get for this instrument, I know people hate on it and people are probably thinking that like I sold out or something like that. And because I could say it because I didn't pay for it, but it really is unbelievable. And then you'll even see people that will tout like the gig bag that comes with these affordable brands of guitars. And this is actually probably the most sturdy out of all of them. And they really, there's not much to them. I mean, if they last a year or 2 years, that's probably pretty dang good. I mean, the inside of this is just like, almost like that felty type of material that is wrapped up in like big screen TVs when you get them. For even for like a kid going back and forth to school every day, this thing is definitely probably not gonna last you over a year. These are more actually for protection of the product as it's shipping for the shipper more so than the customer itself. But it's something that you're gonna kind of limp into, but eventually I would even suggest getting a better quality gig bag than the ones that come with these things. Neither one of these are hand-built or custom shop guitars, but I suggest taking your favorite instrument, if it's an affordable guitar, taking it with you and then trying to find something that's a little bit higher price range and try to feel them and tell the difference between them. Even this is a good palate cleanser for the affordable range, because this kind of starts, you can get them on sale for like $379 sometimes, but most times they're $449. They're both great instruments, but they are a bit of, I call it like a palate cleanser, is when you start getting down that road of always reviewing affordable guitars, do you really have that guitar that takes you back home and brings you centered, and you're not always shilling and pushing one particular brand? Or are you always just choosing the best of the affordable ranges?
Yeah, I'm sorry, maybe you already answered this, but why exactly are we here?
Sean? Second Lieutenant Jake Jensen, West Point, graduate with honors. We're here because you're looking for the best of the best of the best, sir!
And this isn't knocking anybody that if that's the way you do it, but hopefully you are at least getting to a Guitar Center. And I am so lucky that I was sent both of these guitars. I hate to be bragging. And this really isn't about superiority or anything like that, because I really do love affordable guitars just as much as I love, expensive guitars. I'm certainly not a rock star. That's Chris.
Yeah, I'm a guy who probably should grow up but hasn't, and I still want to be a rock star. And I made the declaration almost a year ago.
That's actually why I like Music and Gear. He's a great channel. You should go check him out. We'll be talking about him in a future video. But if you can't feel or acknowledge that this guitar is better than this guitar, then custom shop and luthier type hand-built stuff probably might not be for you, and that's completely fine. And sometimes better is a little bit subjective because of price. I really try to bring like an objective overall type of way I review things here. I do consider price into the factor, understand that people have different pockets and different sizes, but the $1,400 more that this is it worth it compared to the food or the electricity bill that it might pay? that's really for you to decide. We should all hopefully strive to have the best guitar for us ultimately. And here it is, finally the guitar that you've been waiting for. So I was watching Dylan Talks Tone. He had a subject on about custom shop guitars. And then the next day, he had one of the owners of Texas Toast Guitars as for an interview. So I went over to their website and I'm like, wow, I have to go check this out. And I saw this guitar and I'm like, wow, this is crazy how much this thing is actually going for. It was super, super cheap. I mean, I stole this thing from them. But I knew if I didn't buy it then, that between that subject and that interview, this guitar would not even be there. So, and it's kind of funny because I had a comment recently on another video of an affordable range guitar, and the person was saying that like you would only really need 2 workhorses type guitars, and you don't need any of these affordable junk. But you know, and I understand like people that have premium guitars, like the 2 guitars as a workhorse. I mean, Joe Bonamassa has a whole bunch. Rick Nielsen, I think, has a couple. Slash even. But man, this thing is packed so well. Look at this thing. Unbelievable. This gator case is pretty dang cool, which is really awesome because now I have something that I could use to travel with because I don't gig. So I don't know if I'm really deserving of this type of a guitar. And we'll get into that a little bit, but that is super cool. This is one of the nicest gig bags I've ever had. This is the trem arm is in here. All right, you're gonna see this thing. Well, I'm gonna see it first. We're seeing it basically at the same time. Wow. Case candy. I don't know, like get to it already. Holy crap. I can't even tell you. Just wow. This is like Christmas morning. I mean, this thing, you just know somebody put the time and effort into it. It's not custom shop by any means. Like, I didn't spec this out. But wow, that is unbelievable. I'm gonna give you guys some close-ups of this. Basically, if you enjoy being connected to a brand, something that's crafted, handmade, that even if this was made, like someone made another one that looked like this, it's not gonna have the same, probably exact feel to the neck. That the stain might be applied a little bit differently, and that there just might be a different, I don't know, then I think that, you know, custom shop, handmade guitars are for you. If you want something that's not exactly cookie cutter, isn't a regular production line, then you could probably find that in, you know, a hand-built custom shop guitar. And I think too, if you're not really a gear flipper, like I really have a tough time getting rid of gear, even if it's affordable, then it's probably a good idea for you to travel down this road. Conversely though, if you are the type of person that is looking for the least amount in with the best kind of quality that you can get, then it might not be the ideal thing for you for a custom shop. And that's completely fine. If you're looking for like resale purposes, even sometimes with the affordable brands, that doesn't really work out too much, but man, I mean, this neck pocket feels unbelievable. Even sometimes unknown luthiers might not really fetch you all that much traffic, but the people that know are gonna pay, but the same could be said for those affordable guitars, because sometimes they don't care that it's brand X and you threw Seymour Duncan pearly gates into it. You actually almost be better returning the guitar to its stock form, selling the parts separately. You might make more money that way than selling a guitar with really good pickups in it because nobody knows the name. But just because you're a bedroom player or a attic room player doesn't mean you don't deserve a guitar like this, and hopefully someday we all could have really, really great guitars. So I don't think I'm ever not gonna have like a wide range of priced guitars, just because, yeah, I don't think I could ever afford to have hand-built Luthier custom shop guitars for every type of aspect I want. I mean, I really like to have an HSS single coils, an HH in Strats. I would love to have Les Paul with humbuckers with P90s, and then even the Telecaster, single coils, humbuckers, and even P90s possibly. So I think the best way for that is to really kind of have a good range of guitars. And I know this is a Stratocaster, these are Telecasters, but this is an excellent representation of what the funny thing is, this was actually cheaper than what this guitar goes for. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and please try to be respectful of everybody. I try to entertain all walks of life, the people that are only into the affordable, the people that are in the high price range, and then just the people that are like me, that are stuck in the middle. I try to have a really objective type of view when it comes to looking at a guitar, and try to take as much out of it as possible so that we can get the most affordable and the best gear possible for you. But no matter what side you're on, we all can agree that amp modelers are 10 times better than tube amps. You've all been a fantastic audience, and as always, stay tuned.